Hey everyone, Paradox TCG here. I'm Ryan and I'm bringing you a deck profile for Ritual Beasts. It was one of the 3 decks that was released in the Secret Forces and it's going to be one of the top decks this format. So I thought I'd make it and show you guys a deck profile. So let's get started. For the Tamers, you use 3 Elder. This is pretty standard. It basically, when you normal summon it, you can normal summon 1 more Ritual Beast monster from your hand. 2 Lara, this is basically the Wolf Bark of the deck, it summons from the graveyard. And 2 Wen, this is the Wolf Bark for the banish pile. And for the beasts, you play 3 Kanahawk, it's like a gold sarcophagus. You would normally, like, one of the best plays is opening up with one of these and one of these. You would normal this, normal one of these, and then gold sarc, and then make a ritual beast, ulti, whatever. So yeah, you set up your banish pile with that, and you can set up your graveyard or your banish pile with Rampengu. Depending on your situation, you can either use this with D-Fissure or not. So like if you have a Lara in your hand, you would not use D-Fissure. If you have Wen, you could use D-Fissure so that the cards get banished instead. Apelio, this is basically just to boost your monsters by 500 attack and defense, and you can banish one from the graveyard so that you can get your banish pile set up and everything. And only 1 Pink Dolphin, just because you don't want this in your hand, you want it banished as soon as possible so that you don't draw it. Its effect is okay, it's like a compulse, but you need to banish a Ritual Beast card from your hand. So, it's alright, but only use 1. For the spells, 3 Upstart, 2 MST. With Clifford's losing a lot of their traps, there's no real reason to play 3 MST. And with Vanities down to 1, that's also a big reason. And Nekroz, they use no traps, and that's going to be the deck that is run the most this format. So more times than not, you're going to draw these dead. So I only use 2 now. Might even bump that down to 1. 2 Emergency Teleport, you would summon the Tamers with these. This is for when you have just a Ritual Beast on your field, or a Spiritual Beast on your field. You can summon this, summon a Tamer, and then Fusion Summon. You only use 2 because the Tamers don't get their effects when they're special summoned, so yeah. The 1-ofs, D-Fissure, it's very good in this deck. It sets up your banish pile so you don't have any dead monsters in your graveyard. And it is anti-meta, it stops most of the meta. Run 1 Ritual Beast Bond. This card is going to be better once the new Ritual Beast Fusion comes out. That is summoned with 2 ulti Ritual Beasts. It's going to be like how it should also have El Shaddoll Fusion, so they can activate it during the battle phase and then fuse and attack with that card, and then another one attack. So yeah, it's going to be like that. I might cut an MST for a second one when that comes out. Gold Sarcophagus, self-explanatory. Soul Charge, I use 1 because it's only at 1, and when you use Ulti Kanahawk's effect, you return 2 to the graveyard, and when you do that, you can Soul Charge them, and then make another Ulti Ritual Beast. Foolish Burial, this can set up your graveyard or your banish pile, depending on if you have D-Fissure or not. And depending on if you have Lara in hand, you could send a Ritual Beast to the graveyard so that you can summon it with Lara. 1 Book of Moon, this gets over a lot of problem cards that you can't normally get over. Like Nekroz of Valkyris, you can't attack over that, so that you could just Book of Moon it and then attack it in defense. And the Jinlock, you can't really get over the Jinlock in this deck other than using Book of Moon or something. And that's why I also play 1 Raigeki. In my side deck, I have 2 Dark Holes just because you can chain these effects, and I'll explain that in a bit. But yes, Raigeki definitely. Onto the traps. 3 Steeds. It's one of the best cards in the deck. It's when you control a Ritual Beast monster during... you can destroy monsters on the field up to the number of Ritual Beast monsters you control. So it's really, really very, very good. And 3 Ritual Beast Ambush. There are times where you don't have anything on your field, but you have a lot in the banish pile. So you can summon them from the banish pile, and then make a fusion when you need to, because there are some times when you're basically dead and you draw that and it's like a godsend. 1 Macrocosmos, because it's Macrocosmos, banish everything. Turnzal Tribute. There is a combo with this. I'll explain it when I get to the Ritual Beasts. Basically, when you activate this, you can chain the defusion effect, and that'll return them to the extra deck. Then Torrential resolves, and then you summon the 2 monsters that you would defuse out of this. So your monsters won't get destroyed, but your opponent's monsters will. 1 Solemn, because Denko is still really a big problem, and it's just one of the best counter traps in the game right at this time. And 1 Compulse. Onto the extra deck. 3 Ulti Kanahawk, 3 Ulti Apelio, and 2 Ulti Pink Dolphin. I'll explain their individual effects, but the biggest effect that they all have is that they can use a quick effect where they can defuse themselves, return themselves to the extra deck, and summon 1 Spiritual Beast and 1 Ritual Beast Tamer from the banish pile. So that's a key part to this deck. Ulti Kanahawk, you can target 2 banished Ritual Beast cards, return them to the graveyard, and then search your deck for a Ritual Beast Ritual Beast card. You would use that to search for the traps, or depending on how your banished or graveyard is set up, you can get either Gwen or Lara. Just set up some plays. And I'm going to be uploading a combo video later this week, so be sure to check out our videos, and I will show you exactly how you can abuse this card. So the 2 Petal Fins, you would summon these during your main phase 2 so that your opponent can't attack over them, because their second effect is that they cannot be destroyed by battle. Or no, they can't be destroyed by card effects, I'm sorry. And they have 2800 defense, so it's very difficult to get over that. It's just a great wall, basically. And then the 3 Apelio. Apelio is basically a Star Eater, where when you attack, they're unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step. So you would make these free battle phase, attack, 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 and just, yeah, it's a good OTK. For the XEs, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer. People choose Gauntlet Launcher usually over this. I don't have a Gauntlet Launcher, so I use this. I would definitely take this out for Gauntlet Launcher. And you only go into the rank 6s when you have no other choice, so yeah. Abyss Dweller, Ragna Zero, Korn, and Rhapsody. I don't have a lot of rank 4s, but I would definitely take these out for better ones. So like I would take this out for Costel, I would take this out for a Lightning Chidori, and I would take Ragna Zero out for a Exciton Knight. I would keep a Dweller in because Dweller is very, very good. 1 Daigusto Phoenix, because you can abuse Daigusto Phoenix with Apelio. Its effect is you detach 1 and then target 1 wind monster on your field, and it can attack twice during the battle phase. So you can target Apelio and attack twice, and they can't mess with the Pelio until after the damage step, so you can attack twice. So that's 50, 200 attack. Basically, it's very good. And right now I only have a Gachi. I would take this out for Sky Cavalry Centauria. It's the new rank 2 that just came out in the last set or so. And I think it's basically, it can't be destroyed by battle, and when it attacks an opponent's monster, that monster is destroyed. So it's a pretty damn good card. So yeah. So like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up. Let us know what you thought of this profile. Check out our Facebook page and our eBay page. I'll post the links in the description. Yeah, peace out, guys.